Hello everyone, welcome. It's been a while since I last made a video, and this one is going to discuss why I love Blue Archive. Now, I know I've gone over the characterization, the world building, the story a little bit. I haven't gone in depth or individually into each and every one of these aspects, save for the characterization, or Izuna as a whole, but I do want to discuss and put this out there because I do believe that maybe some individuals either don't play Blue Archive and are vaguely interested in maybe the art or the characters they see, or maybe they watch other content creators who discuss Blue Archive. And I think it's important to at the very least present why you like a game, especially a gacha game. That way other individuals kind of know something special and can at the very least bond or connect with you on that topic. So for me, I'm going to talk about Blue Archive, and the next video we'll probably talk about Genshin Impact. Blue Archive, to me, wasn't a gacha game I was really interested in when it first came out. Don't get me wrong, I played the game when it first came out. I even re-rolled it quite a lot until I got Maki and Iori. Now, I did have an account with Haruna and Iori, but I liked Maki better. I thought she was cute, and I was like, I'm gonna re-roll for her, and I did happen to get Iori. And it's been a great account for me. I get pretty much every limited or every character within about 10 pulls. I got Akko and I got Shun, small Shun, the kid version of Shun, in about 10 pulls. I got Natsu in 10 pulls. So I've gotten extremely lucky with this account, and I'm very happy with it. As you can see, I invest a lot with my characters. I don't progress or push that far into the story, nor do I really care too much for my overall ranking in PvP or the raids. In my honest opinion, my favorite element of Blue Archive is the characters. Even though I like the story and I like the world building, I don't care as much about that as the characters themselves. I like Izuna, I like Serena, I like Iori, I like Natsu. She was a very unexpectedly fun character. I like Shun. I like so many different characters in these units, and that's what makes me build them. I mentioned before that I play Genshin Impact, and I do, and I love that game. And ultimately, it's a very fun experience. But I think if I was to separate these two, I'd say I play Genshin for the gameplay and for the concept and idea of building characters. I play Blue Archive for the characters themselves. I don't care much about their gameplay. These two games represent two totally different aspects. I would say if you could merge them, I would love for a game to have the mechanics or maybe a Genshin with the thought process and strategy involving something like Arknights along the characterization of Blue Archive. I think a perfect game would have all three of those. I think it's very important for a game to understand its strengths. Don't get me wrong, Blue Archive has a very interesting community. We have a very wonderful set of artists who enjoy drawing these units, and more power to you. I think that at the end of the day, Blue Archive's fandom is much more, in my opinion, at the very least, understanding, a lot more open. I think the community is a lot better than other games I've seen and interacted with. So Blue Archive isn't just a good game, but it also has a great community and foundation. And don't get me wrong, we get a bad reputation because of either the nature of the game or the nature of the art or what people tend to associate with it. But at the end of the day, I do believe that if you're getting into a gacha game, Blue Archive is a very chill experience. It's a very casual game. Don't get me wrong, summoning and raids kind of trash, not gonna lie, but nonetheless, it's still a great game. I actually fell in love with this game because of Izuna. And I've mentioned her a lot, so I'm going to go in depth on that aspect right now. Izuna was a character who I saw, and I decided I'm going to summon for her because I like foxes and I felt the need to get a fox-based character. So when I saw her and she came out, I pulled, and then I kept pulling, and then I kept pulling, and I got her. And I didn't care after that. I just built her for gameplay, and she was a mystic unit, and I didn't have anyone like that yet. I didn't have Haruna, so I got her, I built her up, and she performed really, really well. What drew me in was a relationship storyline, and I originally just clicked through but decided to replay the first one to find out what I had missed because I was kind of bored. I didn't really have much to do at the time, so I did. When I replayed it, I found out that I actually kind of enjoyed her personality. Sure, it was very silly and it was lighthearted, but ultimately her design appealed to me, and the questline and story you got out of her characterization and personality was very appealing as well. So she was visually appealing as well, and this culminated into a character and a life to deed that I very much enjoy. She's a silly character who ultimately expresses herself very much in her gameplay and her skill design, in her overall aesthetic. Even her weapon itself, the special version at least, is very expressive of her own ideals and really expressive of just how out of place she feels. But I like that about her. She's a character who has a very centered idea around the concept of being a perfect ninja, and it really embodies her design, her club, her weapon, and her style of combat. And because of that, I delved into more other characters. Serena, as an example, is one who I didn't expect to like so much, and one who I didn't expect to have such a beautiful live 2D. You have Hina, you have the swimsuit version of characters, you have Shiroko, you have Natsu, and at this point when I pull a character, I'm so interested in getting to the relationship storyline that I actually used the crafting area and section to make gifts that I can immediately give those students. I don't care who they are or what they are, I spam them with gifts to get their max relationship rank, to see the live 2D, and to see the storyline. Hatsune Miku really surprised me with how nice it was. Don't get me wrong, I don't use her, but she's still a very fun questline like. I do feel they were a bit more restrictive because of, the representation in who she was, considering she wasn't exactly based and founded in the Blue Archive universe, but nonetheless, she still had a great storyline. Ultimately, I enjoy Blue Archive for its characters. I enjoy it for its story. The music is nice. The gameplay is fun. The raids and PvP, great. The ranking system gives me something to achieve, and the fact that I can just sweep to have the game autoplay is a really nice feature too. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if Blue Archive had nothing else to draw me in, it would be the characters, and it did that successfully by presenting a character who I like the design of, who I like the skills of, and who I like the animations of. And that character was Izuna, who therefore dragged me into other character lines, into getting into the lore, the world, I wanted to find as much as I could about that one unit. And I'm excited for other characters in her club to be introduced, and I will pull for them more than likely. So, for all of you who are listening, and maybe you got this far, who is a character, or what is your favorite character? Do you like the story of them? Do you like just the design of them? Do you like the art you've seen on other websites that will not be named? Are you a part of the Reddit or the Discord or what? I want to hear about your stories. What pulls you into Blue Archive? What makes you stay? And why do you always replay if you do? Is there a thing or a unit that you're waiting for that you may be saving up for to get because you're really excited about them? Or maybe you just pull for anyone and everyone because you're either a whale or don't know who you like. I want to hear your story because for me, it was Izuna. And that dragged me into a rabbit hole that I honestly don't want to leave. I love this community. I love the game. I like the art. I like the music. I like the style. And I honestly wish this had been my introduction to gacha games because, yeah, Genshin's nice and Genshin's big, but Genshin doesn't have this appeal to it. And I want individuals who maybe are on the fence about trying Blue Archive to give it a shot because ultimately I feel like, yeah, the community gets a bad reputation here and there, but I don't think that detracts from just how fun and how good the game can be and how much effort the developers have really put into it. So, if you stuck around this long, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing to the channel as that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to reach 10,000 at some point this year, so that's a goal, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.